I'm Andy White, founder of I'mSickOfSingle.com. And before I get started, I want all of my independent women to make some noise. I see y'all, I hear y'all, and today I'm going to teach y'all how to find Mr. Right. Because we're not taught that. As women, we are taught one universal thing about dating, and that is to wait. Wait for the man to approach you. Wait for the man to ask you for your number. And wait for the man to ask you on a date. And do you know what that truly teaches women? That everything in our love life is on a man's time and terms. Ladies, if you think that is asinine, because you don't wait for anything in your life, then it's time to bring that same level of confidence and proactivity that you bring to every other area of your life to your love life. Because the reason you can't find Mr. Right is not because you're not beautiful, and it's not because you don't bring valuable things to the table. The reason you can't find Mr. Right is because you are waiting on him to find you. And don't get me wrong, because I wholeheartedly believe in the scripture that says, "He who finds a wife findeth a good thing." My question to you, however, is what are you doing to be found? And so how you help Mr. Right find you is by developing the courage to flirt first. And I say that for three main reasons. The first is because men approach significantly less today than they did just 10 years ago. And they approach less for one main reason, and it's because women are less approachable. Think about it. As an independent woman, you are busy. So when you're out and about, you're rushing in and out of places, your head is buried in your phone, and you rarely take the time to engage with your environment. And in those rare instances, when you do happen to make eye contact with a cute guy, you probably get nervous and look away. And if you are one of those brave souls who can maintain eye contact, you probably have resting bitch face. So he looks away. And the unfortunate part about that is the main guy who's still approaching without needing a look, a smile, or any encouragement from you is who I like to call Larry the Lame. And Larry is lame because he approaches every girl he's attracted to. Since he figures, if I approach 10 girls this week, I can seduce at least one of them into sleeping with me by next weekend. And I don't want you to stereotype Larry, because some Larrys are very handsome, charming, and educated. So don't assume Larry is lame in terms of status or appearance. But rest assured, every Larry is lame as it pertains to character. And the unfortunate part about that is so many women spend their entire love life dating lying, lame Larrys. All because they're too afraid to talk to the guy who's not talking to them. Since they erroneously assume if he was attracted, he'd be approaching. But that's not necessarily true, considering the fact that Gary, the good guy, isn't approaching is due to the fact that he's not as desperate for attention or cocky enough to believe that all women want him, because he's humble. He values quality over quantity, and he's the all-around better dude. Don't y'all agree that's the guy you should be talking to instead of the slick, smooth-talking guy who approaches every girl he's attracted to? I do too. And once you develop the confidence to flirt first, you're going to start meeting more of the right people. Now, the next reason you have to start flirting first is because, let's be honest, you are over online dating. Raise your hand if you are over online dating. She raised her hand and her foot. And rightfully so, considering half the guys online report to be more interested in being a hookup than a husband. And many of the other guys online misrepresent themselves in terms of posting misleading pictures and fabricating their age, their income, their height, their relationship goal, their relationship status, and anything in between. And in the event that you do happen to message one of the good guy unicorns, you still have to get in your car and drive all the way across town to meet him, just to see if you like him in person. All of that is a huge waste of your time, which is why I'm going to teach you how to meet men organically. Now, the final reason you must develop the confidence to flirt first is because by not doing so, you set yourself up for failure. And what I mean by that is, when I interview bachelors, I ask them, what is the worst thing you have ever done to a woman you love? And they tell me the unimaginable. And so I ask them, why would you run up her credit card and put her in debt? Why would you cheat on her and get another woman pregnant? Why would you physically abuse her if you claim to love her? And they admit, it's because I knew she wouldn't leave me. And they confess to knowing that by looking at the way she dated him. They tell me, when I met her, I could tell she wasn't social. And I could tell she was awkward around guys she likes, which means she doesn't like to meet men. And then within a few weeks of knowing him, she was all in trying to force a relationship, which means she doesn't like the process of dating men. And any woman who doesn't like to meet men or date men ultimately don't like to start over. So although he knows you deserve better, he also knows you're never going to be confident enough to go out there and find better. So even a decent guy will half love you and half commit to you and be half the man you deserve when he sees you don't even have what it takes to give you what you deserve. So why should he? But the relationship develops in a very different way when you flirt first, because he sees you're not weird and awkward. You are confident and charming. And that sets off alarms in men's head that he's dealing with his equal. So issues like, he doesn't make time for me, or he doesn't take me out, or he doesn't take me seriously, are non-existent, because he knows you will not be home stressed. You will be out with the next. Okay. And so I want to share one of my favorite flirting formulas that I've developed that will teach you how to flirt in such a way that doesn't make you look desperate, aggressive, or too forward. And it is called You Choose, He Chases. And You Choose, He Chases is a very simple process. Step 1 is question, step 2 is introduction, and step 3 is exchange. And you can use You Choose, He Chases in the grocery store, at networking events, at church, anywhere men are, you can use this. And I'm going to share how I use You Choose, He Chases at the gym to meet my bae. So he was in the weight section, and so I walked up to him and I asked him the following question. I said, you look like you're in great shape. Can you show me some exercises to tone up this part of my body? And he said, sure, grab some weights. So as we were working out, we were conversing and developing a rapport. And then a little into that, I introduced myself by saying, you are my whole personal trainer, and I don't even know your name. I'm Annie. And then after our exercise was done, I exchanged by giving him my card and saying, this was fun. Let's work out again sometime. And the rest is history, because he's right there. Now it's called You Choose, He Chases, because you saw someone you were interested in, and you chose him by starting the conversation very indirectly. And then after some nice conversation, you decided to exchange by giving him your card. And when he calls you, he's chasing you because he's interested. But that might not have happened had you not put yourself in a position to be found and chased. So all my independent women, I need you to understand that men are life partners, not life savers. Which means 50% of the happiness that you experience in your love life is up to you. So don't be afraid to flirt first, because you are one introduction away from changing your entire life. Thank you.